Welcome to another edition of our Skype show. Tonight we are in Parat Yosef Synagogue. We're studying Parashat Kitavo. We're in the middle of Chodesh Elul, just a week and a half away from Rosh Hashanah, Yom Hadin, Yom Gadol. So tonight we're going to do a little bit of a sicha based on this week's Usa Parasha. I'm getting ready for Chodesh Elul. I'd like to dedicate tonight's shiur Elul Nishmat Rivka Bat Shaina, Ruach Hashem Tenichen B'Gan Eden Amen, and I'd like to wish Refuah Shlema for Gabriela Nomi Bat Leah Malka, and Elisha Bat Sheva Bat Rivka, and for my mom Tikva Oshni Bat Jose. כן לערפן האלה, רפואת הנפש, רפואת הגוף, רפואה קרובה לבוא. And also thank you to Meir and Jeff for arranging the shiur. And I hope everyone's enjoying, those who are listening to the recording. So, Yom Hadin is coming up in a week and a half. So let me just ask you a question. Okay, Mao, imagine you have a business, Mao? Do you have a business?
Baruch Hashem, yes.
Baruch Hashem, good. Okay, so let's say you have a worker, somebody's working for you, okay, and he's a sloppy worker. Now what I mean sloppy, that means, he doesn't really come on time, comes a little bit late, and he makes mistakes, okay, and you try to tell him something and he doesn't really understand properly, okay, and you feel like you're wasting your time with this worker. And what do you do with him?
It's a very real scenario, yeah.
It's a real scenario.
Very realistic, yeah.
Oh, okay. So be careful what you say here.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Some people it's easier to just let go, and some people, even though they are sloppy and making mistakes, you still kind of like always hope they, do better and they can still improve, and you kind of try to hold them in the position, but yeah.
Why do you hold them? This is good. Why do you hold them in position?
Like, it's if you kind of feel like there is some sort of like potential as a worker or just like as a person, you kind of like, maybe you really need the job.
What do you mean, like a Rachamanut?
We kind of, or like, yeah, like if you really need a job, if it's financially or just like something that really holds, that's like his only stronghold in life. He's got a job, this person.
Okay, so
it's not like professional look of it, just a bit more like kind of like.
Okay, very good. What about Gilad? What would you say, Gilad? You have a worker that he comes late consciously. He makes mistakes in the business. You feel like he's holding you back, and you see like he just takes his time in everything. You lost your patience. You lost your patience. Yeah. Maybe you even find him. You see and find him stealing small things as well from the office. And
okay, I think that it really depends on if you think that there is a hope for change or not. And because most people don't, it's hard to, but some can. If there is a hope for change,
so your mother at 7 o'clock.
I think that if there is a hope for change, so I think that it's worth giving a shot. Right. And if not, it's better just my apologies. And if not, it just better just
let
him or her go. Yeah.
Okay, so very good. So you got ready now for Elul or Yom Hadin. Hashem is deciding now who's ready for the next year. Okay, so let's be honest. But we haven't been perfect the past year, all of us. Okay, but like you both said, if there's hope for change and if there's goodwill and if a person says, "Listen, I know where I'm wrong, and I know where I want to improve, and I'm thinking about it. Listen, I do have the shifot to be the best self that Hashem made me, the best person I can be." Then there's hope. Then Hashem is willing to give us, another year of good life, as Hashem wish it will be written. And this is what Chodesh Elul is about. We have to be ready to show Hashem what the Shuvah and what steps we are willing to take towards Him. I mean, you both acknowledged, Mar and Gilad, you both said, you don't want to let anybody go. Okay? And Hashem obviously 100 million times more, doesn't want to let any one of us go. Of course, he wants to see us do teshuvah, but there has to be, a possibility in the future, and we have to show Hashem, look, this is my Chodesh Elul. It's going to be different to all the other months. This is the time when I'm proving myself what I want to be. And a person needs to really make sure he fought for the next year to show Hashem, listen, I've got a business plan of what I want to do. And then my next point is this, Gilad. Even when you get to the point where you say you want to let go of a person, okay, and you see really he's stealing too much, he's making too many mistakes, he's like ruining the business. It's like either the business or this employee. So what are you going to do? You have to let him go, Ma'or. Nachon? Ma'or? Right. Okay. Now what happens?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Now what happens, Ma'or, if this employee of yours, okay, is a relative? This sloppy one, he comes late, makes mistakes. Okay, is your brother's son, or your cousin, or is your brother, or it's your son. Then what? Changes everything, no?
Yeah, it makes things harder, the decision.
Now, not yes. What are you gonna do then? So
no, I think that it works. So there are two different aspects. So maybe it's harder, but it's easier to try and make things straight, even in the hard way. So I think that it's easier to
be patient with him.
Not to be patient. To be patient but tough. To try to help him correct his way in.
Excellent. Thank you, Gilad. You're gonna try everything to try and help him out. You'll give him a different job. Okay, listen, you're not good at the desk. Let's put you back here behind in the stocks.
In the warehouse.
In the warehouse. You're not good in the warehouse. We'll put you in the front door. You're not put in the front door. We'll put you on the phone. You're not put on the phone. We'll give you the cleaning job. We'll give you the coffee job. We'll make sure that there's a job that you can do and that you like it. And this is called protectia. Okay, I don't know how you say protectia in English. You've got the context, the privilege. You've got the extra. I don't know how you call it. You've got connections. You're pulling the strings because you're privileged, and you have protection with the boss. And this is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the person has to see this and open his eyes. And Chodesh Elul, Hashem tries to help us out in every way they can. Like Gilad said, you're going to be more tolerant, but also you're going to give them opportunities. And we have opportunities all the time. And especially in this time of Chodesh Elul, which is Yemei Rachamim, Yemei Ratzon, the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, when Hashem is Karov, Karolav B'Karovo Alecha. Hashem is very close to us, and we just need to open our eyes. Sometimes maybe someone will send you a message, and you open it and you see, this is Hashem speaking to me. And you realize that. And that's the time where you just take the message and you open it. Another tip for Yom Hadin. The Gemara says in Rosh Hashanna, Amar Rav Chizda Melech v'tzibur. You have a king and the community. Melech nichnas tchila ladin. Who goes in for judgment first? Melech. Ma'ita Amar asked the Gemara, why are you sending the king first? Who do you think is going to go into the jinn, right? Imagine you have people waiting up for sentencing, and the judge waiting there with his hammer to pass judgment. Who's going first? You're going to go first? You're going to go first. You try and get away from it as much as possible. But the Gemara says, no, the privilege is to go first. The king, he goes first. And the Gemara says, why? So one of the reasons is the Gemara, Mekame de lefush charon af. What does that mean? You want to get in the Yom Hadin before he gets angry. That means, imagine you have a judge, Basar Adam. So he's in the morning, he has a good sleep, he's had his breakfast, he comes in the judge. Okay, the first case comes along. Okay, and he says, okay, what's your story? What have you done? Okay, not good. No. But so they're trying to improve yourself. But that's in the morning when he's fresh, after a couple of hours of judging. And then he's heard all the messy stories and all the troubles, what people have been doing. And he's getting restless and more impatient. And then comes Charon Af. The Nafesh Charon Af, he gets more angry. Well, so many people are breaking the law. He said, by the end of the day, someone comes in with a tiny little Avera. He did the smallest thing, and okay, that's it, off. You get extremes of the punishment. So he says the pleasure that we give, the privilege we give the king, is that we let him in first. He comes in on a clean sheet. And here's a big chidush over here from this Gemara. And this is Rabbi Netanel Skypes. Rabbi Netanel Skypes was one of the famous Baal Machshava or Balei Musar in the yeshivot. And he says, you see a big chidush. You can have two Jewish people, two Yehudim, and they both did the same avera. Same thing. So the one who goes first to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he comes in first, and Hashem is more lenient with him. But the guy who comes in at the end, in the last minute, says, okay, listen, I want to do tshuva. He's going to get the full-blown acharon off. So he said, what's the lesson from here? You want to be the first person to get in the din. You don't want to be there in the last minute trying to do teshuvah. So his question is, he says, how do we do that? How can we learn from this Gemara for our benefit? What can we do to get judged on Rosh Hashanah favorably? Everybody wants to be written in a good book of good life. The Sefer Tzadikim Chasidim, okay? And the Rambam says everyone should look at himself as a Benoni. That's all we all are. We're all Benonim. None of us are Tzadikim Gemurim. None of us are Rishaim Gemurim, but we're all Benonim. And we have to try and tip the scale to go higher. The Rambam says everyone should look at himself as half Zchuyot and half Chova. That means you're balanced. Imagine you got the scales and you're half off. You do one Avera, you just tipped everything to gain on. You do one mitzvah, you tipped everything for the best. Okay, Rav Mordechai says a story. He says, Arav, Kvodav Ma'ani. He said, what am I? Am I tzaddik or Benoni? He says, Ta Benoni. Okay. That means Benoni is in the middle. So is equal zchuyot and avirot. So he went to do 1 hour of Tehillim. He said, Rabbi, if I go and learn an hour of Tehillim, I'll be tzaddik? He said, yeah, you'll sway the child. So he does 1 hour of Tehillim, comes back, he says, okay, now Rabbi, what am I now? Now I'm a tzaddik. He said, no, now you're a Benoni. Okay, if I go and learn Shiur Torah for 1 hour, I'll be a tzaddik. He says, yeah. If you do another mitzvah, you'll tip it to the balance and you'll be a tzaddik. He goes, does the mitzvah, learns for 1 hour, comes back, says, Rabbi, now am I tzaddik? He says, no, now you're Benoni. He says, okay, what do I do? If I do chesed and I do mitzvot, I help people, I'll be a tzaddik. He says, yeah, if you do mitzvot, you'll be a tzaddik. You'll tip the scale to tzaddik. So he goes for 1 hour, he does chesed, he helps people, comes back, he says, now am I tzaddik? He says, no. I said, when will I be tzaddik? He says, no, kacha, the whole life. Your whole life, you're equal. But that's the way to look at it. It's the way of mind. You're, in the end of the day, you will be a tzaddik. Because you're doing all the maasim. If a person thinks of himself as a tzaddik, then he'll be relaxed. And then what will happen? Do averot. If a person thinks of himself as a rasha, then he won't want to do mitzvot. So think of yourself as a balance, this is the Rambam says. And then you tip the balance to yourself in your favor. But also says the Rambam, not only yourself, but you're the whole world. The whole world is Benoni. Chetzi chova, chetzi zchuyot. Half merits and half bad deeds. And your one deed that you do. You do one deed, you tip the whole world in favor. That's a big responsibility, no? And I think if you think about that, the next time you have an opportunity to do a mitzvah, or opportunity to do an avera. He said, well, the whole world is going to die now because of me, and then, I'll wait another half an hour till I'm milky, That's what you're doing. What is the nisayon? The whole world is going to be tipped in your favor. So the question is now, how do we come into the din first? When does anybody know when is the judgment? When is the din? Matai kol bnei Israel, kol bnei olam, ba'im lefanav kivnei maron. When did we come before HaKadosh Baruch Hu?
Musaf shel Rosh Hashanah.
Excellent. When Musaf of Rosh Hashanah, but when in Musaf exactly, specifically?
בחזרה של מוסף.
Chazara is the Chachamim tell us we're judged on the time of the blowing of the shofar, and the shofar is also in the Chazara of Musaf and also in the beginning of Musaf.
היום הרת עולם, היום תמיד המשפט.
Yom Hadin. So it really starts from the shofar and there's mea kolot. That's the whole time when we're all passing forward. So how'd you get there first? How'd you get to the din before Hashem is full of charon af? How'd you get him, on his fresh sheet when he's clean? You try and get the best of your position. What can you do to get there first? Can you blow before him? What can you do? What's your suggestion?
You should start early
Why start early to do what? What can you start early? So very good. So you actually said what he said. I was thinking, just to wake up early and to do tefillah banetz. There's many minyanim in Eretz Israel on Rosh Hashanah and on Yom Kippur. The tefillah they start at nets. 5 o'clock in the morning, you do the tefillah. 10 o'clock you finish the tefillah, but you do it in the morning. And there's a special chut shel chesed of rachamim in the morning. But that's not what the mashgiach said. He said like Maor said. He said start early. So when do we stop blowing shofar? When do we stop blowing shofar? Rosh Hashanah? That's the first time we blow shofar? Slichot! When do we start slichot? Rosh Chodesh Elul. Ani ledodi vedodi li. So you want to do teshuvah, start early. You got the beginning of Chodesh Elul. Okay, so we already passed 2 weeks. This is gone, 2.5 weeks. But let's do teshuvah now. The person does teshuvah early, he comes in early. That's when it says, the Rosh Hashanah is the final deadline. You wait till the last minute, Erev Rosh Hashanah, okay, let's quickly do some kind of teshuvah. No, it's something you should be thinking about beforehand. The Gemara says, what's better for a person? A person is good that he was born, or maybe it's better that he shouldn't have been born. What do you think? What do you say, Mo? It's good to be born or not?
It's good to be born because בעולם הזה you can do mitzvot and through this world you get to עולם הבא.
Yeah, okay. And do you agree with him, Gilad? You think it's better to be born?
Look, טוב יום המוות מיום היוולדו, yes, so which means that by definition.
What a very good process. That's just for the famous Is Mayor with us?
Yeah, hi.
Thank you for joining us. So Gilad just said a very famous pasuk. It says, Tom Yom HaMavet Yom Hivaldo, which means, well, the day the person died is better than the day that he was born. Now, how do you explain that? I'll tell you, when someone is born, everyone's happy. They bring balloons, there's cake, everyone's happy. When someone dies, everyone's crying. So how do you explain the pasuk?
Yeah, but which is the focus on Olam Haba, really. It's I think that this world is for work. It's not for pleasure. It's not for rest.
So I'll tell you the Gemara. I actually can't find it now. The Gemara asks a question. The Gemara asks, Tov l'adam shenivra or shelo nivra? Or let's start the other way around. What does the pasuk mean? Tov yom hamavet yom hivaldo. He said, when a person is born, he said, you don't know the person is going to be a tzaddik or going to be a rasha. You don't know. After he lived his whole life, he said, okay, this is the end. He can't do any more of it. He's going to do his zchuyot. So the Gemara asks, he says, what is it better? Tov l'adam shenivra or shelo nivra? I hope you can find it now. Yeah. Noach lo l'adam. Oh, look at this. Gemara and Eruvin. Machloket Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel. Bet Hillel אומרים, נוח לו לאדם שלא נברא יותר משנברא. It's better that a person should never have been created than to have been created. And Bet Shammai, it doesn't say which one is which. It says Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel argue. One says it's better that he wouldn't be created, but another one says no. נוח לו לאדם שנברא יותר משלא נברא. It's good that person was created. Look what goodness there is in the world. Look how much good people do. People do mitzvah, people do chesed. We built a world. We built the world of the populated the world. It's better. And they had a discussion, Bet Hillel and Bet Shammai, and you know what was the maskana? Unanimous decision. Everyone agreed. What was the maskana?
Not better.
What was better than that? נוח לו לאדם שלא נברא. Right, that means we're all sitting here on a conversation, but there's 4 of us in this show, and as Gemara is telling us, it's better that none of us should have been created, you know? Better off not being here. So now what do? The Gemara asks, עכשיו שנברא, now that we're here, like בדיעבד, what should we do? It says, יפשפש במעשיו וימשמש במעשיו. That means a person is born here with a Yetzer Hara and a Yetzer Tov. And we're trying to make the best of ourselves. But if you look at the odds, what's the odds? Odds is for or against. When you take a risk, okay, you think to yourself, okay, I'm taking a risk now. If either to do a business deal, okay, or to do an operation. So you want to know what's the chances of success, or even sending a child to a school. I want to know, is it a good school? Is it a good chance of success, or not good chance of success? If it's a good chance, I'll send him. If it's not a good chance, then it's better not to take the risk. You agree there? Do you agree, Mal? Do you agree? If it's not a good chance of success, you don't want to take the risk. Not with your money, not with your health, and not with your son's education. So now the Gemara is saying, a person is born into the world. Now he's got the guf and the shama. He's got Yetzer Hara and Yetzer Tov. What is the odds of him being successful and coming out tzaddik? So there's more chances he's going to be a rasha than he's going to be a tzaddik. So better not to take the risk. So better not, don't take risk. Adif shelo nivra. Achshav shenivra. Now that we're born, what should we do while we're here? We have to make the most of it. What should we try and do? Try and be a tzaddik. If you're tzaddik, then it's amazing. Kol ha'olam kedai hu lo. It says kol ha'olam is kedai for one Yehudi. To do one Yehudi that does mitzvot and business. I think that's the whole world is enough created for him. So he says, what should we do? Yepashpesh b'ma'asav v'yemashmesh b'ma'asav. What's yepashpesh and what's yemashmesh? Yepashpesh b'ma'asav v'yemashmesh b'ma'asav. So I try and translate it. Yepashpesh means to look.
Like search.
Very good. It's to search. You look for it. That means you look at your ma'asim. So you think, okay, what do I do? Okay, I wake up in the morning, I do tefillah, I put on tefillin, I go to eat, I have a shiur, I go to work, I go to my. But look at, are you doing the right things during the day? Maybe am I doing enough in my avodat Hashem? I'm doing enough with people. Am I, calling my mother often enough and speaking to her? Do I invite my family? Do I go enough shiurei Torah? Am I involved in the community enough? Pashpesh with myself. What do I do? Am I spending enough time with my children? Do I give my wife the respect she deserves? This is a question you're supposed to ask yourself. That is Pashpesh b'ma'asav. Pashpesh b'ma'asav, am I doing the right things? Am I spending my time wisely? Am I too much time in the office, too much time on the computer, too much time shopping? What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? That's Pashpesh. What's Yemashmesh? Yemashmesh is to feel. Yemashmesh, you feel it with your hands. That means the things which I'm doing right. Yeah, I'm going to the shiur. I'm learning. So, but am I putting my best effort into it? Am I doing it? Yemashmesh, how good am I? I'm doing tefillah, but how does my tefillah look like in the morning? Do I rush my tefillah? Do I come late? Do I leave early? Do I have kavanah when I say brachot? I say every time I say brachot, but what's my kavanah in Birkat Hamazon? Do I do kavanah? How's my netilat yadayim? I do kriyat shema l'mitah. How well do I do it? That's yemashmesh. That means if you can look at it, it's like the quantity and the quality. It's, am I doing the right things? And the right things which I'm doing, how good am I doing them? And that's what a person wants to improve on in Chodesh Elul, to come inside ready for Yom Hadin. We say everybody on Rosh Hashanah eats a rimon, right? We eat a rimon. What's the bracha? Yeh ratzon on the pomegranate. What do we say? Yeh ratzon.
לפניך, השם אלוקינו ואלוקי אבותינו, שנהיה מלאי מצוות כרימון.
שנהיה מלאי מצוות כרימון. Or also do we say יהי רצון שירבו?
שירבו זכויותינו.
שירבו זכויותינו. What's ירבו זכויותינו? What's ירבו זכויותינו? what do we say? Yibur Zchuyot, we want more zchuyot, more merits. That means a person, it's like if you want, like an investment. You're in this world to do mitzvot. The more mitzvot, the more zchuyot you have. The more you're a good employee, if you like. You're working for Hashem, you got more zchuyot. They said, listen, this is a good guy to keep. Look how many mitzvot he does. He's chesed, he's encouraging people, and he's learning well Torah. His brachot is unbelievable. We need his brachot in the world. You know how this guy does Birkat Hamazon? Unbelievable. So this is Yabut Zchuyot. Hashem wants this Yehudi to be in the world. He gives tzedakah. This is the guy I want. This is Yabut Zchuyot. So a person can be Marbeh Zchuyot in mitzvot. And it's very easy. And that's why we say, Rata Kadosh Baruch Hu lezakot et Israel. What do you mean lezakot? To give us merits. לפיכך ירבה להם תורה ומצוות. You don't even think about it, you already had a lot of mitzvot. Anyone who has kids already has a lot of mitzvot. A lot of zchuyot. Why? Because you're responsible for children, for raising them. They need you as a father, as a parent. You're caring for them. And these are children which grew up in a Jewish home and a Torah home. You already have a lot of zchuyot. You didn't even try too hard for that. And anyone who makes brachot before you already has thousands, hundreds of barachot and zchuyot. So now in Chodesh Elul before Rosh Hashanah, we want to maximize the zchuyot. So what should we put up? How can we put up? What mitzvot should we do to put up the level of zchuyot? How can we maximize the number of zchuyot in a short amount of time? Or let's say, what's the most valued zchuyot for time that you can get?
Zikuy Harbe.
Excellent. Yeah. Zikuy Harabim, because Zikuy Harabim is an investment. If you get other people and to give them opportunity or to make it easier for them to do mitzvah, then it's going in your bank account. You could be sleeping. You arrange a shiur Torah, or you put a place where people can learn Torah. You arrange something for a group of people. You can be sleeping. You just print a book. Someone's publishing a book, or a shiur. You sponsor that. You can go to sleep, and you got the zchuyot working around for you around the clock. So in Chodesh Elul, there's many things which the Sfarim say. One of them is giving it tzedakah. I think the Kaf HaChaim says every day you should try to give tzedakah Chodesh Elul. Tzedakah is a great thing, and that's an amazing way to do Zikuy Harabim. Not everyone can do Zikuy Harabim, but if you can donate to organization which does give shiurei Torah, then that's amazing. You can be Marbeh Zchuyot. Another way you can do yourself is by limud Torah. Learning Torah, he says in 1 minute a person can learn. This is a Chafetz Chaim makes a cheshbon. Talmud Torah is keneged kulam, and you can do a lot of mitzvot just by learning Torah. If you sit down for 1 hour and try to learn whatever you want to learn, then you make a cheshbon of every word of Torah is keneged kol Torah, and in 1 minute you can already read 200 words.
I have a problem with this.
With what?
Discussion. No, all this entire discussion that it's like in a way trying to trick Hashem. You understand?
Well, no, why are you tricking Hashem?
Because look, you have an entire year to do all the things that you can do, and now you're waiting for the last moment to do the last 100 meter sprint.
Yes.
You understand? It's chokek le'ad velev. You cannot fool around with these things. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that it's okay. I will agree with everything. You always need to seize the opportunity to do. But you understand? You understand the problem?
I'll explain your question, Gilad, and tell me about it. Gilad is saying, how can you be fake? You need to be real and honest with yourself. If you're not on that position, you're not on that level. You're not on the level. How can you trick Hashem? Okay, you try and do it. And then, in the last Elul, for the last, you try and be a good boy for the last week. And then after that, it changes. And I'll be honest with you, I had also a problem with this in yeshiva. Because the yeshiva tells us, the Ari HaKadosh says this, that the last week of the year is keneged, 1 day is keneged every day of the year. For example, you have Shabbat. So the last Shabbat of the year is the opportunity to be metaken all the Shabbatot of the year. The last day is metaken Fridays of the year. Thursday is metaken all the Thursdays. If you have a good weekday, that day of Tuesday, then now all the days. So how can you 1 day fix all the days? Or how can you now? Okay, you do 1 week of Torah and Tefillah and be nice to everyone. You don't speak Lashon Hara. You don't get angry. So how long can you keep that? So you're fooling Hashem? Are you? So Gilad said, listen, just be fake. Just carry on. Do what you normally are. No? But that obviously can't be right.
Look, I can only assume that, if one has a genuine attention,
Yes.
so he says, look, okay, I'm going to do it now because I understand that that's really my last chance, and I'm doing it with the real intention to continue doing it from now on. Okay, that counts, obviously, right?
But Rabbi, sorry. But now we're talking about 1 year, but we know if someone, even like if for all his life, 80 years, he didn't do mitzvot, didn't do tshuva, but he can do tshuva in the last day of his life, the last second.
Yeah, of course. No,
Then
but
we'll accept it. So that's
but that's not what Gilad's asking. Gilad's asking, you're doing a temporary show. You're doing a 1 week show for Hashem. You're doing a 1 month show for Hashem, and then you're going back. It's not doing tshuva on the last day. That's fine.
But that's not doing tshuva if it's fake.
Oh, that's what Gilad's asking. He said, if it's fake, then what are you gaining by it? So, I wasn't going to speak about this, but you brought it up, so I'm going to listen. There's a halakha in Shulchan Aruch, right? You can open up and it says like this. One of the halachot in Aseret Yemei Teshuvah is that if a person eats pat palter during the year, then during the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, you should try not to eat it. What does it mean, pat palter? Pat akum. Can you go to a non-kosher bakery and buy bread from them?
Only under certain conditions.
Excellent. That's the correct answer. Under certain conditions. If you live on top of Mr. Baker, or on top of Bonjour, or on top of Sharon's Bakery, then you can't eat any non-kosher bread. Not any bread from non-Jews. But if you're living in far away from the Jewish community, and you have goyim, and they make bread, and their bread is kosher. There's just bread, flour and water. Okay, there's no oily fats or anything which is not kosher. Are you allowed to eat their bread? So that's called pat palter. So in certain conditions, when you don't have opportunity to get Jewish bread, you can eat non-Jewish bread, providing that it's kosher and there's no non-kosher ingredients. Says Shulchan Aruch, during 10 days of Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, you make an extra effort, even if you eat the whole year. You eat King's Mill bread from Tesco, because you live in, Wiltshire, somewhere which is not Jewish. On the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, you go and you drive for a couple of hours and you get yourself a kosher bread and you don't buy their bread. Why? What's the point of that? A week later, it's even more than Gilad's question. It's not like you're trying as much as you can and then you can't. He says, no, you're going to do it only for a week. And what's the point of that? Is that fooling Hashem?
Maybe it's when you do such an act, it's to show you that you can actually do it all year long.
Oh, so you see, there is many benefits in it. So first of all, we have to say there's the first step. The first step is showing that Hashem, listen, we care. We care. Look, I don't know if I can do it the whole year, but for a week I can do it, and I'm going to do it for a week. So if a person has a choice to do it or not to do it, so if you don't do it, you say, okay, Hashem is here, you want me to do teshuvah, but I can't, it's too hard, so I'm not doing it. I don't care. If you can do it and you do teshuvah, fine, but if you can't. So Hashem said, okay, at least do me 1 week. At least show me that you're trying. At least show me that you're careful. 1 week when I'm here, at least I'm in the house, just keep it. Imagine you have a guest and he's in your house. Okay, so he's let's say he's vegetarian. Okay, now you eat meat the whole time. You love your meat. Okay, you come to the house. You respect him for 1 week. You don't put meat on the table. Okay, he knows that as soon as he walks out, you're going to be eating meat. But at least you respected him when he's there. Imagine he comes in and for a week you're eating meat in his face. He's not going to feel nice. Not going to be comfortable. He's just like you don't care about him. You're empathetic. You don't respect him. He's not going to come back to you. So if when he's there, you're making the effort, then he's going to appreciate that. Even if you go back there the week after. Now here with Hashem, it could be different. Because once you've done it, and it's easier for you, it could be like Ma'ov said, you're going to continue to do it. And there's another benefit, is that every mitzvah that you do, it's not like you've done a mitzvah. And it's in the corner, it's in the bank. You know, you scored the goal. When you do a mitzvah, it has an effect on you, and you change as a person. When you learn 1 hour of Torah, it's not okay. I did 1 hour clock. I get zechuyot. Shamayim, I got Gan Eden. No. When I learn 1 hour of Torah, I become a different person. So the person I was before I did that 1 hour of learning, I'm now a different person. Now, could be beforehand, I couldn't continue, but now I've changed. Now I can do something more. So when you're doing Kabbalot for Chodesh Elul, so you're putting in full strength. You're like re-energizing, re-boosting yourself, doing more mitzvot, trying to upgrade it. Okay, afterwards you're going to go down a little bit, but you're not going to get back to where you were before. You definitely improve. And if you don't do that, then Hashem is here. Hashem is close, and you're not even registering that His presence is here. They're even showing that you're not even trying to do anything in Chodesh Elul. That's why Chodesh Elul we try and do selichot. And a person, the best time is in Chatzot or B'Ashmorot HaBoker, but if a person can't do that, which is very difficult, so there's before Mincha, there's opportunity. At least come to do that. You can't come every day. Come once a week. You can't come once a week. Come once in 2 weeks.
But you can do by yourself also.
You can do it exactly by yourself. This is very important. It's good you raised that. Can you do slichot by yourself or not?
Of course.
Of course. According to which part of slichot? So according to Chacham Ovadia, you can do all parts of slichot apart from
the 13 midot.
Yud Gimel Midot, and apart from all the Aramit, Daniel Anieh, and Macheh Maseh, anything which is in Aramaic, Aramit, according to Rabbi Ovadia, you can't do. But according to the Rav Chida and Minag Morocco, Rabbi Mordechai Eliyahu, and this is what Minag of Moroccan, you can do all of the slichot. Apart from Yud Gimel Midot, you should read it like you read from the Torah, not Belashon Tachononim. So you could read all of it by your own. But even then, a person should at least try once in Chodesh Elul, twice, whenever you can, to be with the tzibur, with everyone, to feel Chodesh Elul, to be more for teshuvah. So I did want to speak a little bit about L'chazek in Torah.
There's one also.
Yes, please.
Mitor shelo lishma ba lishma.
Oh, very good.
So so you're going to do a bunch of it lo lishma, and from that will come lishma.
There's many benefits that you can do. But I think the main thing is that you're trying. When you're trying, you're changing. And like and like Mara said, maybe you find it easier, maybe you continue. And it's showing that respect to Hashem that you really can. You're trying to do it. And like even Gilad said himself that if Hashem shows you genuine, even if you can't, Hashem knows you can't, but you're trying your best. That's what Hashem wants. Hashem doesn't want you to do more than to try. And that's what Rahman Ali Babai. ולא עליך המלאכה לגמור, ואין אתה בן חורין להיבטל ממנה. And that's the message of Chodesh to be chazek in the Torah. You wanted to say something, Meir?
No.
So how do we do teshuvah? So we said that the man is made up of Yetzer Hara. And Yetzer Hara is there to take us down. So how do we beat Yetzer Hara? So last week we said, what did we say last week?
Lomei Torah.
Maybe we said Lomei Torah. That's what we're doing now. But I want to share with you the pasuk in this week's parasha of Ki Tavo. The pasuk says the following. Yeah. Pasuk says in Ki Tavo, Perek Chavav Yud Aleph. ושמחת בכל הטוב אשר נתן לך השם אלוקיך, which means you'll be happy ושמחת בכל הטוב, with all the goodness. What's כל הטוב? שמחת בטוב. What's כל הטוב? So there's a very famous Or HaChaim HaKadosh on this week. I think everyone would enjoy to look at it inside. The pasuk says that you're going to come and you're going to come and bring the bikurim to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, והשתחווית לפני השם אלוקיך, and you'll be so happy ושמחת בכל הטוב אשר נתן לך, all the good which Hashem gave you. Now you're thinking, okay, what good did Hashem give me? I'm still renting my house, my car is broken down in the garage, but well, I'm looking for a job, I'm still not married. And then, what's Kol HaTov? What the pasuk says? What's Kol HaTov? And this is every Jew is commanded to say this. Samachta b'chol hatov asher natan lecha Hashem Elokecha. So the obvious answer is everyone has enough goodness to thank you for Hashem. Everyone has enough goodness to be happy. But the Orach Chaim says it's chidush, based on the Gemara and Barachot. It says, you know what Tov means? En Tov Ela
Torah.
Very good, thank you, Meir. En Tov Ela Torah. He says, what's complete goodness? This is the Torah. Now look at the Orach Chaim HaKadosh. I'm going to read it out to you a little bit. Hashem says, Tov Hashem is good. Kol HaTov, Pirush, Davar HaKolel Kol HaTov. There's some things which is good, this is good, but everything, something which contains all goodness, Kol HaTov, that's Torah. Ve'en ze ela Kadosh Baruch Hu shehu mekor HaTov. That means Hashem is the source of all goodness, and He gave you the Torah, Asher natan lach. Ki davar ze en erech alav ela matanat chinam. This is the gift. And then he says like this, V'amelecha. The Gemara says, the Pirkei Avot says, Ve'en tov el Torah, Shima yu b'nei Adam, margishim. If people would feel b'mitikut, the sweetness, v'arevut, and how sweet and nice tov Torah, how good is the Torah, hayu mishtagim u'mitlahatim achareo. They would go crazy for the Torah. It would be like a drug which would be, they're addicted to it. They don't want anything in the world of כסף וזהב, למאומה כי התורה כוללת כל הטובות שבעולם. Everything is included in the Torah. And you see somebody who is in the studies, tasted the Torah, the sweetness of God, that's what you want to do all day. Nothing else. And the question we have to ask ourselves is why do we always feel that sweetness, Why do we interest us in other things? Taking holidays, making money, spending time with the children. But the Torah, the Orach Chaim HaKadosh is telling us this is the best thing that there is in the world. This is Kol HaTov. This is the Samachta b'Kol HaTov. So maybe I'll just say one thing here. There's the Yetzer Hara. The pasuk says in Mishlei, Im ra'av sanecha, achaleu lechem, v'im tzameh. What does it say? Heshkeu mayim. That means, what's oivecha, your enemy? If your enemy is hungry, then give him bread. If your enemy is thirsty, you should give him wine. That's the pasuk in Mishlei. It's the war tactics of enemies. But what's the real enemy? The real enemy is the Yetzer Hara. So what do you do when your Yetzer Hara is hungry for an avera, or is thirsty for an avera? What should you do? You give him a gift. You give him a gift, or you give him an avera? What do you give him? So the pasuk says in Mishlei.
Maybe you give him a small avera so you can do a big mitzvah.
So I don't know. That's already a chidush. You have to find me somewhere. But I'll tell you what it says in Mishlei. Lechu v'lechu b'lerachmi eshkeu mayim. It says kol hatzameh lechu lamayim. Anyone who's thirsty, go to the water. What does it mean? If the Yetzer Hara is oivecha and he's thirsty for an avera, what does it say? Give him avera, or is it eshkeu mayim? What's mayim?
Mayim is Torah.
En mayim el Torah. So it said if your Yetzer Hara is thirsty for avera, then give him Torah. Because Torah is gonna calm the Yetzer Hara. That's how you fight the Yetzer Hara. So here, to do teshuvah, that's why on Chodesh Elul, that's in yeshivot, that's the full action. Chodesh Elul, everyone's running for the Gemara and running for the Torah. Why? Number one, because you got maximum schilot in the Torah. But number two, also because that's the best way to do teshuvah. Why did we mess up in the last year? All the times that we didn't do things properly, only because of Yetzer Hara. So this is the time where we smash him. We come to all the shiurim, we come to learn Torah, we do chavruta, we pick up the sefer, we learn when we have opportunity. Why? We crush the Yetzer Hara as much as we can. Okay, so we're not going to do, like Gilad said, we're not learning in yeshiva the whole year, every day. But in Chodesh Elul, we're going to smash a little bit of the Yetzer Hara. And this is a way we share Hashem to do teshuvah. Then things become easy afterwards. I want to show you a story for Kvod Torah. And you see somebody who has a nisayon. What's your nisayon? So I'll tell you, this is a true story. I heard it from Rav Goel today. He said there was a person who was listening to a shiur on the way home for his work. He was listening to a shiur Torah, this happened in Israel, of Rabbi Baruch Rosenblum. Rabbi Baruch Rosenblum is one of my greatest heroes. Yeah? Unbelievable shiur Torah. If everyone wants to listen, you can get it free on the Kol HaLashon. And he was listening to the shiur, and he was enjoying the shiur, and then he gets a phone call while he's driving from one of his friends. Now he tells the story, he says, I know this friend, he doesn't need anything important. This is the kind of friend when he's bored and he doesn't have what to do. So he calls me just to fill in his time. Okay, you know these friends, they don't have anything to say. He's like, yeah, just how you doing, yeah, and just rambles on stories and just to waste your time. But he's fun and he makes jokes, and sometimes you need that as well. So he's your friend. And he says, listen, I'm in the middle of a shiur now. I'll continue the shiur or I'll speak to my friend. Okay. So in the video you think, don't talk to him now. But then he rings again and he's ringing and ringing. Okay, you think maybe he's going to be offended. Okay, what did he do? He stopped the shiur and he answered the phone call. And he's speaking on the phone to his friend while he's driving. Now, he did that. And then what happened?
Police come.
Police come. You heard the story?
No, that's like...
The police come. The police come and he gets him. He said, pulls him over while he's speaking on the phone. Okay, and then he's like, oh no, now what I shouldn't have stopped the shiur. So what does he say to the police? No, you don't understand. It was an urgent phone call. Yeah, he started lying. Now it gets into a mess. Yeah, it's an urgent phone call. I had to speak to him. I've been speaking to him for a long time. I don't usually speak on the phone. You just got me now. Now the policeman, he can see is who he's dealing with, and he says, I'm going to teach you a lesson. He said, you think it's the type of guy you need to teach him once and for all the lesson, not to speak on the phone. So I'm going to give him a fine. He gives him a fine, 1,000 shekel. 1,000 shekel. Okay, so in Israel, that's a lot for a fine. And he's like, oh, what to do? And he gets back in his car, and he's just so broken. He's like, what am I doing? He's trying so hard to try and get extra money. In the evenings, if somebody spends all his evenings for a whole month to trying to get another 1,000 shekel, and now that whole month is gone for just 1 second, 1 minute on the phone. He said, how stupid! I could have carried on learning the Torah and the shiur. This is Torah magena u'matzla. The Torah protects and saves you, and he stopped the shiur Torah and he already got nailed by the police. He gets into his car and he says, what am I going to do now? He says, he was so broken, he said, I'll put the shiur back on. Instead of calling back his friend, he says, oh, stupid friend, because of you got a ticket. He said, I will listen to the shiur. He puts the shiur from Rabbi Baruch Rosenblum, and he stops listening. And then Rabbi Baruch says a chidush, and I'm going to tell you this chidush, and it's good for you. It's good to know this story. Good to know this chidush. And he's giving a shiur halacha. Now, do you know what's the halacha if somebody punches you? Somebody punches you and knocks out your teeth. What's the halacha? Does anybody know? You punch him back?
He has to pay.
He has to pay. How much he has to pay?
It's not times 5, times 4.
No, it's 5. There's 5 different payments. There's 5 different payments he has to make. Ripui, Nezek, Sheves, Boshet. The Gemara says. That means he has to pay the damages that he does. Then he has to pay how much is he worth. How much it was the medical insurance he has to pay. He has to pay the Nezek, the goods damaged. How much is he worth less as a value of a servant or a slave without tooth or eye or a whatever it is. He has to, his unemployment benefits. If he can't go to work now because he's injured, he has to pay for that as well. He has to pay boshet, it's the embarrassment. Because he gets embarrassed if he was in public, if somebody's chashuv. So there's 5 different payments he has to pay. Okay, so it's a good business to get punched in the street. Eh? You get 5 different payments. But that's halacha if he's your friend. What's the halacha of an Eved? There's a din of Eved Knani. Evet Kanani, that means that there's a Torah, there's a concept of the Torah that a person can have in his house, a servant. It's called the Evet Kanani. And this Evet Kanani, if his owner, Adon, hits his Evet, okay, and he's allowed, which he's allowed to, but if he takes out Shen Ba'ain, if he takes out one tooth, if he hits the Evet because he did something wrong,
they released him.
he goes released him, he goes free. Excellent, Gilad. So says Rabbi Netanel, this is a beautiful chidush. He said a person gets his tooth knocked out. If it's his friend, or not his friend, not obviously a good friend, but if it's somebody who in the street, he hits his tooth, he has to pay money. But if it's the Adon, if it's his boss, if it's his owner, he goes free. So the person gets damages. I mean, the person goes suffering in his life. He gets a flat tire, okay, or he gets a puncture. Something goes wrong in his life. It's Yisurim. So if he blames his friend, I just got a parking ticket. I got a fine for speaking on the phone. So if I say, oh, it's because of my friend.
So then your friend is chayav. But if you say it's from Hashem, you are free.
He said if you go for Hashem, then you have a kapara and you go free. Why every time when you have something you say, oh, kapara min Hashemayim? Because if you turn to Hashem and you realize this is Hashem speaking to me, like we said in the beginning of this year, Hashem is going to send you messages all the time. If you say this is from Hashem, then you go free. It's kaparat avonot, proper kaparat avonot. And he was so happy the whole way home. He was saying, wow, unbelievable, look, it's going to be. And he gets home and he tells his wife the story. He doesn't understand. I was listening to the shiur and then I stopped the shiur. I had a nisayon. I failed and my friend spoke to me and then the police got me and they found me 1,000 shekel. And she said, what? 1,000 shekel? How are we doing it? We didn't even pay our bills. We still owe money to the neighbors. We haven't paid the school yet. We need to pay our nona. We didn't pay the mashkanta yet this month. And she goes, what is that? He says, listen, don't worry. I heard the shiur. I heard the next part of the shiur. It's from Hashem. And Hashem is going to give it to us back. And don't worry about it. It's not just my friend. It's not because of him. It's because of Hashem. Says, what do you mean it's from Hashem? Where's 1,000 shekel from? How is it going to come to you 1,000 shekel? The whole month you're working extra hours to get this 1,000 shekel. He says, don't worry, Hashem's going to get it. What do you mean Hashem's going to get it? She starts arguing with him. What do you mean? Hashem's going to send you now min hashamayim 1,000 shekel? What is he going to do? He's going to send you? Okay, 1 second. I have to get some water. Excuse me. Excuse me. So the story goes like this. He says, don't worry, I'm relaxed. Hashem took from me 1,000 shekel, he's going to give it back to me. And you see here the koach of emunah. What happened? he went on a group tour, Tiyul, of Kivrei Tzadikim. And he went to Kivrei Tzadikim. Now, everyone when goes on Tiyul nowadays, you know, they're with their cameras and they take pictures. And there was a time for going to pray mincha. And they had a few minutes before mincha. There was a time of tefillah, and everyone was, you know, taking pictures. Maybe it was shachrit, maybe. And everyone was taking pictures of the synagogue where the kibbutz of the tzaddik was. And he said, "Listen, I got a few minutes. I'll go in and I'll read some tehillim." And, you know, and it's not even halachic. You know, if we can start taking pictures before the tefillah, but you know, in a makom kadosh, he said, "I'm going to read tehillim." He takes the tehillim. Now you don't believe this. He opens up tehillim and starts reading. Inside the tehillim, he finds $100. He's like, wow, $100 in my tehillim. Okay, carries on reading tehillim. Carries on reading tehillim until it's tefillah. Okay, tefillah comes. Everyone comes inside. They finish with the pictures. They close the tehillim, gives a kiss, goes to get a siddur. He opens, gets the siddur, goes from the shelf, finds the siddur, whatever it was, his nusach. He opens up the siddur, starts to pray. Open up in the siddur, what does he find? He said, another $100. He said, I can't believe my mazal today. You know, once is a miracle, but twice, 2 times $100, I can't believe it. And his tefillah is just, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, thank you for the, you know, you gave me the $100 first time and second time. It's just unbelievable. His tefillah came on, he was just so happy. after the tefillah, he says, okay, I just got $200 from Hashem. I can't just now go out for lunch. I'll sit down and learn something, I'll learn a little bit of Torah, find something, I'll learn, show Hashem that I appreciate the delivering. Min HaShamayim felt him like that. Like his wife said, yeah, well, you're going to fall down from Shamayim 1,000 shekels? So he looked on the bookshelf for something to learn. What can I learn? I learned Mishnayot, I learned Zohar. Well, he took a Chumash, I don't know whatever the Sefer was, he takes out from the shelf, sits down to learn. He opens the Sefer. Inside the Sefer, he finds another $100. He couldn't believe it. He said, guys, you don't understand, it's full of money in these books. Go open the book. So all his friends came up and they did Pesach on all the Sfarim, all the Sefer. They opened every single Sefer on the shelf. They didn't find nothing. Not $1 they didn't find. He said $300 is exactly what they found, and Hashem gave it to him min HaShamayim. If you make the cheshbon of $300, this is the 1,000 shekel. That's anyways, I don't know what the exchange rate was at the time of the story, but it says the $300 was the 1,000 shekel. And this is a person lives with emunah. When you get a makkah, when you get something min HaShamayim, it's min HaShamayim. Hashem takes it away from you, Hashem can give it back to you. There's nothing to cry about it. The only thing you should cry about is the mistakes that you've done wrong. The averot which you do make Hashem angry and upset. There's a lot of things to be happy about. Baruch Hashem, we were born as Jews. We were born as Jews. We have opportunity to do mitzvot. We have opportunity to be tzaddikim. This is the time to make, to look at our lives. How long we're going to be here for? Nobody knows how long we're here for, but while we're here, we want to make the best of it. Be all we can be. This is a time of Chodesh Elul, time to give tzedakah, time to learn Torah, time to improve. Think about, what am I doing right? How can I improve what I'm doing in my relationships with my family, with my friends, with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and learning Torah. And this is the best way to do the Milchemet HaYetzer, to learn Torah, Zikui HaRabim. And if we learn Torah, we see the mitikut inside it. So let's try and be Magdim le Teshuvah and be the first one in the Yom Hadin. Before Rosh Hashanah to do the Teshuvah as early as possible. Don't wait till the Aseret Teshuvah, okay, and then wait till, you person say, okay, I got time. I got 30 days. I got time till Rosh Hashanah. okay, I got time. I got Aseret Teshuvah. And then okay, I got time till Yom Kippur. And okay, I got time till Ne'ilah. And then you realize already past Rosh Hashanah Rabbah and you really didn't do anything. So this is really what we want to be thinking about. Tomorrow is Erev Shabbat. Erev Shabbat is that's the time for Teshuvah. Every Shabbat is a time for Teshuvah. It gives a person a chance to take a break from the week and look back. And Be'ezrat Hashem, if we show Hashem that we want to do it, then Hashem will help us. Like Gilad and Maor said in the beginning of the Shiur, in the opening statement, even if he's a sloppy worker, but if you see there's hope for the future and there's potential there, then you'll do everything to help him. And that's what Hashem wants from you. To show Hashem that there is potential and you can improve and do your best and show what you can. And then Hashem will be written in Sefer Chaim Tovim, Sefer Tzadikim, Bechasidim, L'Shana Tova Matuka, Ktiva V'Chatima Tova. Hashem, I look forward to seeing you all. I'm Hashem flying on Wednesday. Hope to see you all on Shabbat over the Chagim. I'll be in London if you want to make a time for Chavrota or Shiur. We'll do a live session Be'ezrat Hashem.
Be'ezrat Hashem.
Thank you, Rabbi. תודה רבה.
רבות, נעימות וטובות.
חזק וברוך.